Alright, hello, my name is Parker, and I am going to be doing a Let's Play of a game called Magi for the Game Boy Color that came out in 2001, I believe. Anyway, it plays a little bit like a card game, like the Pokemon trading card game a bit. Anyway, let's get started. So, there's nothing to do here right away. This is the effectually the starting area. Northern gate there is for New Game Plus, right is for Continue, and left is for just starting a new game. And here we are, Tavel Gorge, on a Tuesday. How dreary. I guess it's not a Monday. It's something, I suppose. And we come across two people who are going to be seen maybe like 3 times throughout the entire story. And their literal only point in this game is to just make the plot happen. That's about it. Right now, just trying to get someone to go in the cave. Because, you know, caves are pretty scary. And I know no one who likes caves. Read a lot of creepypastas about caves, to be completely honest. Oh, and here's a protagonist. Tony Jones. Recently moved in. And nobody likes his name. Although Phony Bones is pretty good, I'd probably take that name instead of Tony Jones, let's be honest. And, yep. So here we go. Start. Just about to get actual control of my character for once. Walk into the cave. It is nice that we got some music going on here finally. Considering the starting there had absolutely no music, which made me feel like I had to talk more than I usually would. So, I played this game, I've beaten this game like 4 or 5 times, I think. Every so often I just get the urge to just pick it up and play it, and that just ends up doing this. And here's a crystal. Apparently this crystal's also holding the fucking floor in, so, yeah, we gotta run. If I can just remember. Ooh, that was close. I mean, it doesn't matter if I was speedrunning this game and just immediately run into the first pit. But, you know, for the sake of everything, let's pretend like we're trying to escape this cave. And you can't escape this cave. Spoilers. No matter how you run, the cave is always going to catch you. And if you get that far without getting caught, that happens. If you just run into a random hole, the same thing happens. I believe a couple of times I've played this game, I've actually gotten caught in the start place. Not like it matters, but... Oh, and here we go. 2 reoccurring baddies. This is effectively like Team Rocket. Except that, there's one person who's actually legitimately evil. The other person's just stupid. Guess who it is? So, if you're actually watching as opposed to just listening, these people are speaking complete gibberish because, well, you know what? Let's just leave it to be more interesting that way. It's gonna be found out in probably like next, like, oh, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. And we encounter the first monster. Actually, I'm kidding, there's no actual combat here. The crystal just kind of shines and the giant bear thing kills the bat. Victory and such. Now, I'm not going to try and pronounce any of these people's names outside of Tony, because Tony's got the really good name that's easy to pronounce. And now we're getting to the point of the story where you find out that these people are speaking a different language, and it sounds very similar to English, except that it's just a bunch of gibberish. Taxi apple sponge, indeed. And skunks playing poker, and basketball cheesesteaks. All that good stuff. And we get the translation bracelet. And music's back finally, Jesus Christ. Alright. Still not in control on anything really, just more text. I could narrate all of this, but I'm not, because that sounds like work. I'm just here to play a video game, not read a book. So, this is the only time this actually ever does really happen in this game, but you're not actually supposed to use pure crystals to summon the dream creatures in this game. You're supposed to use rings, and I don't actually remember the lore explanation as to what the rings are, but they're basically just... If I had to, like, just kind of vaguely guess, it'd just be, you know, just kind of materialize them out of the ring, and I guess the crystal's just too pure or something, I don't know. And here's going to be the common occurrence of this game, at least the start of it anyway, is Tony asking people if they know what Tavel Gorge is, and absolutely no one having any idea, because, much like me, I have no idea what that is. It's a place, obviously, because, I mean, seriously, but no one is actually going to know where this is, this Tavel Gorge place is, because, spoiler alert, you're no longer on Earth. I believe this place is actually called Magi Nation, which is pretty stupid when you think about it. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, since everyone here can usually use magic of some kind, but... So, I believe the explanation for this is why the actual smart person is being held down by the stupid person is because the evil guy who sent them here decided to make him the leader to hold back the other person, or something like that. I don't know, it's completely pointless. You only ever fight the smart one once, and I've never personally had a problem with it, but that's because I basically end up using higher ends by the end of the game, so it's not that big of a deal, but that's considered to be the hardest fight in the game, because the smart one has an ability that literally just kills your stuff in one hit. And there's just a random chance of being able to use it anytime in the fight. So, we're now in Vashna Room, I believe. Is that the name of this place? Yeah, let's go with that. And we're going to see the village elder to hope that he knows where Tavel Gorge is from where we are. And also, the brown guy there seems to think that we are the Grand Magus Kairos, or the reincarnation of such. And of course, the Elder is not going to have any of this shit, because that guy has been doing this. He is effectively like a doomsayer, just going like, the world is ending, but instead of saying the world is ending, he's just going up and saying, oh my god, yeah, that's the Grand Magus Kairos is here. Oh my Jesus. And now we're meeting him. He comes off as an asshole, but I'm sure he's a very pleasant person when you're not being you know, being the cause of his frustration. No fucking clue. He's been from here to Orth and back. And that name does not ring a bell because it's not of this world. Oh well. You'd think that Tony would have clued into this a while ago and been like, yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm not around from these parts. But no, it's not. He isn't exactly the best protagonist, but you know what? I'll just kind of deal with it. And now we've just been given the objectives of how to continue the story. Need to go to the ringsmith, and we need to go to the historian. They also mention Pode for if you get hungry, and that's actually important for the historian. Not anything major, but you know, it's just the story, right? And here is the first ringsmith. She makes all of the rings for let's call them green creatures because it's easier that way. And we're about to get our first ring, a Farok ring. Pretty badass. He is I don't need no tutorializing. I played this game too many times. So, anyway. About to get that ring real quick here. I got a good Farok, and now I need to write something down real quick, so 1 second. 1020. Anyway, back to this. Got myself a ring. I believe it's a higher level Farok than you get normally by making it. You don't even get an option here. Also another... Oh, I apparently just screen captured. Go me, I guess. I'm playing this on a controller. I think I bound Y to screen capture because there ain't enough buttons in this game. Anyway, she's telling me to go meet the historian. Actually, I think they just got told to go to the ringsmith in Pode, but you never actually have to go to him. You only go to him because of the fact that the historian can't remember shit. Ironically, I guess. Nope, wrong one. There we go, this is the right one. And I got a remedy drink. And there's a bunch of cat portraits in this game. They do nothing other than just say random things. That one just said meow backwards. Yes, so this guy literally just sits here and spouts gibberish at you. The idea is that you're supposed to go get jelly beans for him, so we're going to do that. Ah, come on. For some reason playing this on a controller is slightly more difficult than you'd think. I almost wish I could have been playing this on my Game Boy. Almost. Alrighty. Innkeeper. I believe he has the one that doesn't shut up. Yes, he does have the cat portrait that just doesn't shut up. And... got me more healing items that are nice, although you can get them basically for free anyway. Pode's the name. All inns in this game are free, for whatever reason. Yay, got me some jelly beans. Since we're by the shop. There is a particularly weird glitch in this game. You can buy certain types of gems on the shops for $5 and sell them for $18. So we're going to do a bit of that because things in this game actually add up to be quite expensive. And especially at the start of the game, you don't get nearly enough money to be able to legitimately buy things that would be really useful to have, like, you know, healing items and stuff, where the main source of healing in this game is legitimately leveling up. So we're just going to buy a bunch. I'm going to have to do this a couple of times throughout the game, just because of the fact that the cost of things just ends up adding up a bit. So first of all, we're just going to buy a bunch of healing items. And a bunch of remedy drinks. I think you can buy 20 of those. And as you can already see, I am out of money from having maximum money. And that's from buying just basic necessities that the game... It's mainly the remedy drinks that do it, I guess. Remedy drinks aren't that useful, but it's always nice to just have them. You never know when they become useful. And yes, there's a limited amount of healing items you can actually get in this game. It's, as you probably tell, the leaf is 8, the sap is 5, and there's another item that comes in later, and it's called Bailu Root, and that also comes in 5. Not anything particularly amazing. The leaf heals 10, sap heals 30, and the root heals 65, I believe. Or maybe that's how much it costs. And now we give him jelly beans. Maybe this guy's a pessimist, because every single option always starts off as no. So, he finally, after eating some goddamn jelly beans, finally decides to actually know things. He ends up giving you one spell, a completely garbage spell, because, as previously established, the only way of really getting reliable HP back in this game is by leveling up. You can get HP by focusing, and you'll pretty much have to if you want to keep going for any extended period of time, since your dream creature health is linked to your own health, and you use your own health to summon them. And you get health from defeating them, but the amount of health you get for defeating them is based off of how much health they had left when you killed them. So, if say for example you miss off the killing blow on the dude and leave him at 1 health, you'll get 1 energy back, as opposed to getting like say upwards to 10 energy for one-shotting it. And yes, I forgot where to go for a second there, and walked the exact opposite direction. Fantastic. So we're actually about to get close to being out of the tutorial area of this game. This isn't even really a tutorial, I guess this is just the point of the game. You don't get to do shit. After this point, they kind of just like let you go wherever the fuck you want. Actually, no, you need to go and deal with the Shadow Geyser. And by deal with it, I mean go look at it for a second. Anyway, these two are having an argument over the fact that the main character here is just kind of, you know, chilling out, and, you know, he's supposed to just stay here, but, you know, listening to your elders is for chumps, so obviously we need to keep going. Apparently this is actually was mildly popular, this Magi Nation. It has like a spin-off of card games and anime and stuff, and I have never seen it aired, but apparently it did. And it just kind of baffles me a little bit that it was like that popular, and to have like 4 or 5 games and all of that garbage, and it's just like no one knows about it. I guess it didn't have anything past like Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games. Hey look, we got the escape rope. Yep. It's the escape rope. It allows you to escape any battle and any... I think it's any battle. And any battle that isn't like a duel. Fuck tutorials. Oh wait, shit, I just said no to the tutorial, and I'm supposed to hit yes, so that I know how to do this shit. This guy betrays the game to its 90s origin. Oh yeah! Oh, I can't do that. We're just gonna walk away, pretend like that didn't happen. Are you sure you've trained enough? Yes. Yes, I have. In that case, let's have an earthquake. We're going to go investigate. What's shaking, brother? I like how he asks this guy as if he knows what the fuck's going on. Apparently, we're a fool. Well, the other guy's a fool for bringing me, like, literally 10 steps out of the village. And a bunch of villagers are like, what the fuck's going on? I was having lunch, and I fell off my chair. And then other people were complaining about the village elder looking like he's so super angry. And you know what? Today's going pretty shit for him, so I have to kind of give him that. Back to the world map. And let's just get in a battle. Let's get in a couple battles, actually. Get a little bit of levels going, because we're going to need it. It's going to be pretty boring for the next little bit, because I'm going to have to get probably like level 3 or 4. So, here's the combat. You summon a dude, after that, right now anyway, there's not a lot of options, since I only have 1 dream creature, and really 1 skill, which is leaf cut, as my ability, so I'll just sit here and focus for most of the time, and that's just what I'm talking about. You get energy for defeating dudes, and I'm actually kind of surprised I went first, because Farok is, the first dude they hand you in this game is just a big tank, basically. He hits pretty hard, and he has a lot of HP and good defenses. And then he's got like really low speed, so I'm actually surprised I went first there. Although for the most part, should be fine anyway. Like I said before, you get a lot of your HP from leveling, so you actually want to be about the curve of the game, or else you're going to actually have more difficulties in a way. Because one enemy avoiding your attacks is fucking lethal, so... Well, not lethal, but... One enemy avoiding your attacks can set you back so far, and there's only so many healing items you can really bring along. This cinematic plays, like the the fight one is really not a thing special. There's some interesting animations later, but this is pretty much all there is to the game. It's more less along the lines of playing through a story, and like, I guess you could say I like the humor in this game a bit, although I guess I'm going a little bit too fast through the text dialogue for a lot of people to really catch most of the text humor, so I guess the game kind of loses a bit when you just have to sit here and listen to me narrate shit. Let's see. Think about things to talk about is probably the worst part of this Let's Play video thing, especially when you're by yourself. And I guess, like, rambling isn't necessarily a good thing, although I guess that's sort of what I'm doing right now. Surprising how long it took me to do this, though. For some reason, it just took a lot of effort to get this started. So you might be noticing I'm getting little animates of like weebos and twees and stuff. And then that's used for crafting rings. You need a certain amount of money and a certain amount of their animite to be able to make them. So, leveling up. You get a bunch of stats. Most of them really aren't important to look at. There's a couple that don't. There's one stat that doesn't ever increase, and it's luck. And I am actually confused on whether or not luck's actually a good thing, since there's the Hyrens later in the game, which are like dragons basically, don't have any luck at all, and they seem to do quite well. And weebos with their 50 luck seem to do pretty shit all the time. Maybe it's perceived that you only notice the fuck-ups rather than just the constants. I think I need to get to like level... Tony needs to get to like level 3 or 4, I think. Before I can really reliably keep going. I could do my grinding in a different area and just continue this part, but this part's pretty easy, and the experience is pretty good since you only ever need 100 to level. They just scale how much experience you get from every fight rather than just giving everything a set amount of experience. And I believe it's like 20. 20 is the max I think you can get, and the minimum is 1. I could be wrong on that though, so don't quote me on it. Also, worth noting, the reason why I'm not using special abilities is because special abilities actually take up energy, and which means to do more damage, you basically have to kill your own dude. It's the same way as spellcasting. There's no mana is everything in this game, basically. Mana functions as health, so I could scratch for 5 health there. And right now, I don't actually have the stats where it'd be really worth it, and nor would I be getting the reward for it to be worth it. Effectively, when you want to start using abilities like Scratch and Maul and all those other things you get, is when you need to use those to kill the enemy and you know you're going to get an energy refund back for it. That's actually worth the investment you put in it. So for example, if I do use Scratch, I need to know that I get 5 energy back for defeating the enemy. And that is definitely not the case here. These dudes probably only have like 3 HP, so they only give you 2 back. And Farok is now level 5. Happy days. His speed did not increase at all. Fan-fucking-tastic. I guess I could probably move along. And yes, for the most part in this game, you can actually avoid most encounters until you get to Shadow Geysers, where the encounters become random, which makes them really annoying. And he hits me first for 3? Man, I'm good. Damn. Still healing up past that. And there's a bunch of town folk here. I think they're looking for the elder guy. And everyone apparently just can't find him. Maybe it's because walking circles, but shh. Yep, this game has some very minimalist graphics when it comes down to just combat stuff. Literally just a picture, and then like an outline, and then you get to the actual sprites. Alrighty, so after this one, I think I'll just continue the plot a little bit. As a kid, if I actually do keep doing Let's Plays on this channel, you'll probably notice a general theme that I'll start grinding a lot at the start, and then not grind ever again, hopefully. Idea is something I learned from my brother a long time ago. If you grind a lot at the start of the game, generally speaking, the curve of the game makes it so that, like, it's supposed to be constant rise in difficulty. So it ends up working out in the end. The constant rise up in difficulty leads you to getting some nice little advantage at the start of the game, which really doesn't make that much sense when you think about it. If you only grind out like 400 experience at the start of the game, you'd think that wouldn't affect the whole game, but it kind of breaks certain curves, it seems like, in a lot of games, especially Pokemon. I guess maybe it's because that's how the developers intended it to be done at 400 less experience, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I like cheesing games. Starting to notice, maybe it's because I never actually played this game with headphones on before. You actually make a different noise when you get over a certain amount of energy from focusing. I need to stop getting in fights. You know what? That was actually good. I actually really want Furrock levels over Tony levels. Tony levels don't matter as much. That's a guard, just let me knowing it's dangerous. And plot is about to happen. Shadow Geyser. I believe his name's Orwin. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh no, it's a Shadow Geyser. This was foretold in the prophecy. Oh no. And then he thinks he can stop it. How naive of him. This is the job for the protagonist as soon as the villains show up. Oh right, there's about to be an actual fight. A duel, as it would be, I guess. Get him on 3. 1, 3. Shit. And this is partially the reason why you never end up fighting Zet, the smart one, until the very end of the game, because Korg keeps knocking him the fuck out. And now he's pissed off. And we have to fight Korg. So, Korg is interesting, in that he's, in this fight anyway, he doesn't summon anything in the first turn. Really. Actually, no, this is a general theme of Korg in general, is that his dream creatures take a turn extra to come out. It's basically chalked up to him being stupid. His main dude is Grax, however, because this is like the first part of the game and Grax is a little bit stronger than most things in this part of the game, it's definitely not being a Grax. So, effectively, you get a bunch of free damage on Korg because his things get summoned really slowly. Usually they're not anything clever. This is about the cleverest thing he's got. Grax is usually just kind of like a big punch type thing where it just hits hard and that's about it. It is also kind of a dick move. This game gives you green creatures and green creatures are weak against dark. It is nice, however, that because Korg's so slow, it gives me a chance to basically just recover all the energy. So if by some, like, miraculous thing the Black Agobo he's got actually kills Farok, I can just summon it again with, like, no consequence. Not like that matters. And I believe it's just one more hit for Korg and he's down. Yep. And as it turns out, Orwin has a cloak of invisibility. And we got the energy band. Allows us to kick things. How fantastic. And we've got our next point to go see Gaia in the Weave. Wow, thanks, guy. Just telling me to go see the person that that guy just told me to go see. Fantastic. Alrighty. And that will be a good stopping point. Just to look at the current rings and stuff. Just Farok. He's almost about to level. And Tony. Anyway, I will catch you whenever this whenever the next episode after this airs. Thanks for watching.